Greetings, this is the Practicing Christian, and this week's report is on asking more questions. Anyone who wishes to be a better lawyer, physician, or salesman needs to be comfortable with asking questions of other people. Some people may belittle your questioning, some doing so with such questions as, "Didn't your daddy teach you how to do that when you were knee-high to a grasshopper?" More people get further on life's road when they're not reluctant to ask what others may consider to be too simple questions. Jesus loved to ask questions when he was trying to make a point about God or the ways we respond to him in developing a good life. In Luke 16, he has God speaking through the voice of Abraham and asks, through a rich man, to send special warnings to his rich man's brothers. God, through Abraham's voice, rejects his request, reminding him that all these brothers needed was to have paid attention to Moses and the prophets in the first place. The point is here that we need to get our questions out early and not wait until disaster is upon us. But do ask questions that can draw understanding from another person. No one else may be pushing him towards greater clarity about himself. If what you're working on is complicated, you need to test his ability to work at such depth. If he's not tested by your questioning, he may later blame you. "You never asked me if I was experienced in that skill level." Well, that's simply setting somebody else up to fail. If you love those who love you, what reward have you? Jesus asks in Matthew 6:46. And it's part of a paragraph that calls on the reader to give in as great a measure as he takes in. And this isn't just to be nice, although Jesus does mention that God will reward you for this. But the main point Jesus makes is that this is how our world keeps its balance. You know as well as anyone else that if you drain a well, never refill it, never fertilize crops, expect an employee to be skilled, but never train him how, that the results just won't be there. In Luke 7:18, Jesus asks, "Why do you see the speck that's in your brother's eye, but you do not notice the log that is in your own?" There are countless occasions for us to ask such questions of others, whether involved in politics, employee management, being a good neighbor, doing sports training or committee work or whatever. Generally, it's a good idea to avoid questions that are too simple. They can seem to a man to mean that you think that he is just too stupid to ask anything otherwise. Remind me, Lord, help me to be open to what I can learn from others and of the new and unique ways in which they may see and understand you for what I may ask of them. Amen.